All right, folks, good morning. Welcome here to the Daily Paycheck portion of the coffee run. I got to make a couple of quick changes here. We got the wrong thing on screen, of course, so let me get this. Where's my mouse? There we go, this window here. Yeah, let's get going. We're in kind of a new phase here. So we talked about this, I think, the last couple days, where we've already made the 100,000, right? We did 200 and some days of building a bankroll. We built the bankroll up now to over 100. Now we're going to take the 100,000 and use it as leverage to win 500 bucks a day. It's going to be like what we live on, right? Let's see if we can do it. And so for about, I guess, a month now, I've been doing this every day. $5,000 buy-in, win about 500 bucks. I think I've lost $3,000 once, maybe twice. Then I've won 500 bucks every other day. I haven't been logging it, but we'll start doing that now. So we logged yesterday's win. In there, as you can see, the practice run. This is the first line here, the practice run. And we did some roulette on Friday. So let's get back to it here. Go back out here. We'll get our 500 bucks going, or $5,000 going, and start with today's paycheck. So here we go. Let's switch over to here. You can see it. We may or may not have a roll tracker today. I'm not sure. I'm going to try and get it to work. I'm working on a new way of kind of getting my system set up over here where I got my iPad kind of in play, but it's really hard. There's an issue that I'm working through. Anyway, so we may or may not have a roll tracker. If I get frustrated with it, I won't do it. But here we go. Puck's going to be off. Where's my other die? Oh, there it is. Yesterday's 7 sitting there. Here's $5,000 in the rack. We're going to take the 5 blacks, and we're going to go with 2 on the don't. We'll do 3 one-unit come bets. Now, yesterday I noticed, and I just saw it again today, this top camera here seems to be kind of jumpy. Like, you go out there and it kind of clicks, and it's sort of like, it doesn't make a noise, but it's jumpy. It's weird. It's like not super fluid. So you're getting like this weird, it looks like there's jump cuts in the video. It's all live. It's just the way this camera's working. I don't understand what it's doing. So anyway, here we go. We're going to come out against that don't. Hopefully we'll establish a point. We'll get 2 come bets rocking, and or 3 come bets rocking, and hopefully make our 500 bucks this morning. And we'll get after it. I'm not sure why that camera's doing it. There must be a setting that I've got on it where it's not allowing, or it's not sticking. Anyway, that was a 4. I rolled it. 4 and a 4. Our point's going to be the 8. And we'll put our first come bet through. Let's see if we can't type in a 4-4 here and get that to stick in the roll tracker. Maybe it'll work. Yay. Not really. Look at that. It's a blank number. Isn't that cool? The hell? Why is it blank? Wow. I don't know what's going on here. Technology. You know what we're going to do? We're going to not use the roll tracker. I'm just not going to be distracted by it. Focus on our shot instead. Here we go. First come bet's out there. Let's have a nice, easy shot. That's better. It's a 9. 6-3. You travel up. Next one's coming in. All right, here we go. All right. That's a 7. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Horseman's designed for the early 7, so we're going to lose our 9. That come to the 9, but we're going to win like yesterday. 2 on the don't and 1 on the come. Horseman's made for these crappy rolls. And again, I'm not ready to go out there 640 across, right, and try and rock it again. Let's just run another horseman and see if we can't just get our 500 bucks this way. And if we can't, then we'll go out and do something a little more aggressive. But for right now, I'm just going to ease on in. Let the horseman do its thing for us, right? Hunt down my shot here while it's getting warmed up. Here we go, coming out. That puck should be off, by the way. That was a beautiful toss, Johnny. That's a 6. Getting there. Toss is feeling like it's coming back. There's a 6. First come bet. And it's like, I want to find my shot, but I also don't mind 7ing out right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like between a rocking a hard place here. Let's go. Let's get her done. That is going to be another 9, 5, 4. So it's like last time, the come bet goes to the 9. Second one's coming through. Let's get some repeaters. I'd rather repeat my way out of this thing than 7 out of my way, but I'll take whatever I can get, right? Ooh, they kissed. What happened? What happened on the kiss? It's a 6. Ugh, lose our don't. Bummer. Bummer. Lose our don't. We don't go back to it, right? Horseman's just one more unit to go out, and that's it. And that's it. We can actually run a pass line bet here, which I will, and call that our third come bet for 100. And we'll just, hopefully we can get these guys to pay out. Here we go. Another kiss. It's an 8. Okay, that's cool. All right. So we have a come bet on the 6, a come bet on the 8, come bet on the 9. That's okay. All good numbers, right? Here we go. Ooh, high bounce. That was a super flat landing. Hard 10. 5-5 double nickel. Again, sorry about not having a roll tracker today, but there's technical issues with getting that thing to work. It needs an update for one, and also the iPad connection is not strong today. And I was having problems last night too, and I couldn't get it to connect to the website to run it. So anyway, we got a 4-3-7. So we lose all of it. This is the nightmare, right? Sometimes the horseman wins you really quick. Sometimes you find that pocket where you knock off your don't and then 7 out and lose it all. As it is, we have $200 in the rack. So we lost $300. No big deal. We'll come back at it. Puck will be off here. We'll come back out with our big across bet. We'll do 1,800 across. We'll take $200 and change. And just rock life from there, I guess, right? And because we're down to start this, we'll do our drawdown in 3 stages. It's not 2. We'll do a 3-stage drawdown. And here we go, coming out. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. Sorry for the racket. There's a 6, 2, 8. And there's that. All righty. There it is. Hit 1. Hit number 1, please, sir. It's going to be an 8. It's the point. So that's cool in some ways, right? But in some ways, we hate that. That'll pay $350, which is good. But, you know, we have to go come out again and everything else. So let's drop our bets down by 1/3. I'm going to take basically 1 unit off of each bet. Oh, my goodness gracious. Had the 6 and 8 going on to 240 each. So I'll leave 100 out there. And we'll go to 240. 240. That's 80, of course. We'll take 20 change. And we're coming back out. Coming back out. Let's make that $500. Got to do it the hard way because we kind of burned at 300 coming through. Point's going to be a 4. We'll probably be a little bit under our regular goal today, but that's going to have to be okay. Here we go. Looking for hit number 2. Hit number 2 in the drawdown. Again, this will be a 3-stager because we're starting from upside down, and there's a 7, so we're not going to get it today. Today's going to be a day where nothing worked, right? Our first horseman was fine, and it was only fine because the shooting wasn't good. The second shooter set all 3 combats, 7'd out, burned it, and here we go again. Shooter number 3 can't get 2 hits. Can't even get 2 hits in the box, right? So we're down today. Today's gonna be a loss. It's gonna be a Here's 500, 1,000, right? Is that 1,000? Yeah, it's $1,000. Put that back in the rack. 1,250. So we have 2,500, 3,500, 3770 in the rack. So we'll have to log that in as our today's loss, which is a bummer. But I'm not going to go out there and chase it. I'm not going to be a degenerate and try and make good out of bad. Because some days you just can't do that, right? So let's get on over here. I'm going to bring the keyboard and mouse over so I can see y'all. Good morning. Look out for my stomach being in the way there, but here we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Let's see. Do we have? This is choppy too. It seems like the whole thing is choppy today. I'm not sure if it's the feed or what's going on, but hey, we had a big snowstorm yesterday. I was telling y'all yesterday's internet was going to be choppy. Today's is choppy too, and I can already see the screen is kind of doing this thing here. But we got about 6-7 inches yesterday, and now it's freezing rain, so it's kind of ugly outside. So the internet can get spotty over here in the sticks, as Jen would say, when the weather goes south. But anyway, bummer of a session, man. I hate coming out here and just losing it out of the gate. But sometimes, that horseman, when it works right out of the gate like that, it's actually not a bad time to just boogie. $300 is nothing to sneeze at. Anyway, today we're gonna have some fun. I have a little bit of a plan today. I don't really want to talk too much, but I do want to get a couple things out, and then we're gonna jump into pardon me, into some play. First of all, I watched Ed had a new reaction video last night on one of Ryan Mark the Point strategies. Those are fun to watch, for sure. I really like I said, my favorite genre of YouTube videos, I think, is reaction videos. I love reactions, and I watch them in all the formats, right? I love watching like rappers react to metal and metal guys reacting to rap stuff. I love watching liberals react to conservative media and vice versa. It's fun to watch people's like going, what did he just say? Or what did I just hear? Or whatever. And Ed's like that too, right? So watching Ed's reaction videos to me is a lot of fun. Sometimes super serious, sometimes he's just having a fun time, right? So those are just, again, the more I can watch gambling related stuff, to me, that's not just somebody rolling the dice and logging numbers. I enjoy that more. I know some of you like playing Crapsy more than like hearing people like me talk. I like to talk more, my personal preference. So when I find stuff like the reaction videos from Ed and that kind of thing, I love it. The Advantage Gambling channel, he's doing really good. And same thing, he's talking through it. He's not teaching you all the mechanics, but he's talking through his theory on why he does dice control and the way he does things. It's interesting watch. If nothing else, believe in dice control or not, it's an interesting watch. And I love hearing how their brains work with this kind of stuff. So I'm enjoying the hell out of those couple channels. I think Ken Knows Gambling did another Skill 66 run last night, and he got it to where he forced it to work, right, which is good. And I think it showcased when that thing won last night. If you watched it, I think it's the episode 3. He goes down really quick, like boom, lose 66, lose 66. I think he might have lost 3 in a row. And then he caught a couple of really strong hands where he was half pressing it, and the whatever it was, 25 plus roll hands brought him back, right? Brought back the losses plus the gains. It was a grind, right? That strategy is a definite grind when played that way. It just is. It's built for that. It's built to, okay, that sucks we lost. We're going to grind back. It sucks we lost. We're going to grind back. It sucks we lost. Now we're going to have a good run. It's made to hunt out a good shooter. It showcased that yesterday. It found a good shooter or two, and it brought itself back and made profit. That's the whole point of it. So watch how Ken rolls that thing out, and you'll see what we're talking about here, right? The reason why that strategy is a strong one is because it does exactly that. It does hunt down a good shooter. Now, if you have a session where there's no good shooters, it goes down in flames, like any other right side strategy would. It just does it in a different format. So anyway, go watch Ken. Check that thing out. I did watch, I found a really cool math video last night, which I'll share with you later. I forgot to paste the link in here today. But it was a Russian guy, and he's talking through how the math of blackjack card counting works. He's like not just saying that it works, but he really dives into how does it change? How does the shoe density change the math? And where does the house edge come from, and how does it go away to become a player's advantage when the shoe changes? Super interesting stuff. If you're into that nerdy kind of crap, definitely something you should watch. So anyway, today I want to talk about leverage. We're going to talk about leverage today. And I'm going to do a little bit of a rollout on that side of my table again, a little on the dealer side. And this is going to be one of these things where there'll be no thought going into this at all. Maybe a little bit of thought later on, but I'm going to do a strategy today that's not really a strategy. I'm going to show you how to use leverage, which is not your money, to win. Okay. And when you think about leverage, I think about leverage in like business or finance or real estate, right? Like, my house is worth what it's worth. Let's just say it's worth $1 million, right? And let's say I've got 100,000 in equity in the house, right? I could take 100,000, a loan of 100 grand, and invest it, right? Using not my money, right? I could, in my investment accounts, if they were worth 10 grand, I could borrow 10 grand against it and invest 20 and double my dividends. That's leveraging your assets, using your assets to get more money, to reinvest, to make more money. And this is how the rich get rich, right? This is what people with money do. They leverage their assets. I think we can do the same thing here on the craps table, or on a roulette table, or on a blackjack table. And I've shown you this numerous times, the ways that you can do this. And I think that craps lends itself to it, because craps has got this weird vibe to it where the bets don't resolve on every turn of the dice. The bets resolve over time, which gives you room to move and wander. So let me show you a quick leverage play, okay? And then I'll come back. And we've seen this one before. I've shown you this many times. Talked about it. I played it over the weekend and did good with it, right? The coach, Bo Parker, pass line parlay, right? It's a very simple play. It's a $25 or whatever we'll do 25 so it's easy. 25 on the pass line, right? If you can win it 4 times, you're in great shape. 4 times before it loses. You know me, I'm a big proponent of leaning into variance, right? Variance is where the money's made, I believe, right? So if we catch a string of 4 in a row, you win one and I'll lean them out, you stack it up, okay? If you win it again before you lose it, it pays $50 and you just stack it up. Again, we're not talking about odds, right? I'll do that in a minute. That's the second win. On the third win, it would pay 4 and you'd stack it up again. And the last win would be 8. Now we can actually change the 4. I'll make it a black chip so you can see. No, I'll leave it as greens. It's funner. There's the 4 greens. The last win, if you catch 4 in a row, that's 8 units. You started out with 1. That's a 15-unit win, right? 1 turns into 15 if you can catch 4 in a row. It's a leverage play, right? You're taking your wins and you're pressing them up with a parlay. It's like reinvesting all of your dividends back into the stock that you bought. It's like 100% reinvestment over a fixed number of trials. That's what we're trying to do here. That's a small leverage play. Now you could do that and say this. You could also go, okay, we'll take the win and we'll put it in our rack. When the point gets established, we'll use that as odds. Okay? If that wins, leave it to the 4. It's just easier math, right? If the 4 wins and we win 2 back here and 1 up top, next one goes to 2, right? Let's say that the 6 is the point. You take your other win and put it behind it, right? And you can use all of your wins every single time and kind of leverage it out that way. Again, you're using not money that came from your rack. You're using money that came from your wins as the key to that. Now, Jacob does a similar thing from Wager Me This, where he was doing, his $150 don't, and he sets aside in his rack $150 somewhere, right? That's the next bet that's coming out, like we do. We set up our rack with 10 units in it, right? And as he's winning in the box, he's putting some money in his rack, putting some money on the next bet, putting some money in his rack, putting some money to the next bet. He wins again. Let's say he wins 4 units. He does this and this, right? So every time he's racking some profit and he's increasing the size of his next bet. When that bet eventually loses, which it may, all of this becomes the next don't pass bet. Again, he's leveraging wins to make his next bet bigger than just the 150 out of his rack that he brought. he's jacking $100 on top of that to increase the power of that bet. It's leverage. It's taking your wins and reusing them in interesting ways to make money. That's the leverage play. Now, whenever you get a chance to find a way to use not your money to win or to bet, you increase the power of your initial bet, right? In the Bo Parker example, I ended up getting paid 14-1. And the end of that thing, right? 14-1. And I did that twice over the weekend. That totally works, right? That's what happens when that works out, right? 14-1 is what ends up being the result if you can catch 4, right? Now, catching 4 is hard, but things happen. And I would like to explore what that looks like, right? Can we use our buy-in plus a marker to increase the leverage, right? Can we use our initial bet plus our wins? Can we take our initial bet back off the table and use only wins to play, right? That's, I think, interesting as far as a way to approach it. So other things about leverage, I say this, you can use leverage in terms of your bankroll only. Now, we have had this conversation internally with the Craps Chat crew, with the Craps for the Cure crew, with my friends. What's best, right? And you know, I think Ed called out Ryan yesterday on the reaction video for this, where Ryan went out with $2,500 was his buy-in. He was 640 across, and that's like, man, that's like 25% of your bankroll, right? Or damn close to it, right? It's in the 20s. It's a big chunk of your bankroll. I go out here in the mornings, right? Here it is. Here's $5,000, right? My bet is 1,800 across, right? We're approaching 30% of that bankroll, right? A little more than that, actually. Sometimes I'll go out there with half the bankroll, right? When I go to the casino, I am not afraid in the morning coffee run when it's just me, right? When I get the dice kind of right away and I do a little horseman to get warmed up, of going out there from a $500 buy-in and going 320 across. I have no problem doing that. Why? I want bigger bets. I want bigger bets out there. I want to win less often. I don't want to have to win 13 hits to get it. You watch the video yesterday where Ken played Skill 66. He had to win about 30 times, right, at half pressing levels to get back the money he lost plus his profit. I'd rather do it in 2 or 3 rolls, 2 or 3 hits. I don't want to fight time if I can help it. Bigger bankroll lets you do that, right? So you put bigger bets. Your bigger bets means bigger win amounts. It means the lowering of the number of wins you need. It shortens your time in the table, right? That's my preferred way, personally, to play when I'm playing on a short run. But it's not for everybody, and it's not for every circumstance. But if you've got the bankroll, if you're going to buy in for X, use X. If your goal is to win $100 and you've got 500, find a way to win 500 or win $100 in 2 or 3 outcomes. Why would you sit there and try and beat the 7, 10, 11, 14 times to get your money? I don't enjoy the game that much where I want to sit there for 2 hours trying to make it happen. To make it happen, it's leverage. It's being not afraid to use your bankroll as the hammer, as the leverage that it is, to help you kind of move the rock, as it were. Use your bankroll as the lever to move that rock, right? Now, the source of funds for that might be your bankroll. The source of those funds might be an earlier win. The source of your funds might be your current win, right? We talk about doing a leverage play, and I'll give you an example here in a minute. Let's say you buy in for 500 and you go 320 across and you win your 70, and then you go to 160 and you win your 30, you have $100 there. You have 4 bullets to do what I just showed you, right? You buy yourself 4 bullets to do something where you're going for something a little more aggressive, right? Again, playing with not your money, using your money to earn money, to play a way that you can win bigger money without putting your own money at risk, if that makes sense. So that's, again, leverage thinking is what this is all about to me. Now, I said this before, and I believe this wholeheartedly. We've talked about trends. I beat that dead horse, right? We've talked about streaks. We've talked about variance. Okay, variance with a C and variant with a T. Variants are where the money is made, period, for you and me. The casinos make money no matter what. Whether you win or whether you lose, we know the house edge is their thing. They're making their money. That's how it works, right? When we go off of the expected outcomes, right? In craps, you go off of the expected perfect 36 rolls, which you'll never see. you go off of the expected 38 outcomes in a roulette table, which you'll never see. The variant that comes from that, what I mean by that variant is, if you're not going to see a perfect 36 in craps, you're either going to see one or two more sevens than you should, or one or two less sevens than you should. And if you see less sevens than you should, where did that go to, right? If you see 4 sevens out of 36 rolls, well, then 2 other numbers got an extra one. Where's that? That's the variant, right? Being on that is the thing. Maybe the variant is you got 6 9s and 4 6s instead of the other way around, right? Or maybe you got 6 9s and you got, 4 6s and 4 8s. You're still within the realm of the right number of sevens, but your 9s took off for some reason, right? People call that a trend. Some people call that a variant. I call it a variant. It's just a weird thing, especially when you're random rolling. There's no trending, right? But that's what happens. That's where you make your money. If you can lean into one of those things and make it happen, you can make 15 to 1. When a variant happens, right? 7 7 11 on the come out, the person buckshots the point. It's 4 in a row. 15 to 1 is how that can work out for you when you lean into it. But you got to think about, I'm coming here today to find a variant and lean into that variant. And what does that look like for us? Okay, let's go back to our table here. I'm going to go back and roll some dice. I'm going to show you a couple of ways to consider this. I know that the video's a little jumpy and all that kind of stuff today. I'm sorry. It's just, dime store internet today, right? But here we go. I'm going to bring my coffee back with me too. And I'm going to set up a playback here. We'll bet the 5 today. Let's just bet the 5, and we'll use the 5 as our variance hunter. Okay. Now, on the pass line, that move I just showed you on the pass line, that's a pretty cool move, right? It doesn't take much to make that happen. By the way, just 4 in a row. You see 4 in a row pass line winners all the time, right? Let's see if we can't catch 3 or 4 in a row on a number, and let's budget for it. I'm going to take and make my core bet a $35 9. Okay. What I'm going to do in my rack is this. I'm going to take 10 cracks at it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll take this away. And we'll do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'll set my rack up with 10 sets of $35. You'll see it over here as I start putting this together with my lammers. You should start seeing those the separations there between them. I hope I know this is kind of boring, but this is what I do. We're gonna take 10 cracks. This is gonna be $350. Okay, which is a percentage of your bankroll. Not for most of you, not your whole bankroll. But check this out. We'll do 10 cracks at trying to win about 15 to 1 on the 5. We're going to just hunt down the 5, looking for some craziness. I should have probably done this earlier. And this is super exciting. Watch me count chips over here, but here we go. There's our rack. There's our 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 cracks at this thing. I am going to put some whites in the rack. I'll put 5 whites up in here too, just to kind of do our 50 for 1s when they happen. And here we go. Are you ready? Let's do it. I'm going to roll dice. You won't see them land because the way the camera's set up, it's the thing is down here at the end. But trust the rolls. I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to hunt down the 5s. Okay. The point's going to be a 6 here. And watch what we do. We're just going to, the first time through, I'm just going to try and catch 4 5s in a row, right? 3 or 4 will make our call. Again, I've got 10 times through. Let's just run it real quick. I want to just pretend that it works, okay? I want to show you what I mean by this. If this thing hits once, there's one hit, it pays $50, right? We're going to put the whole thing out there, $85, okay? What does $85 pay? If it hits the second time, that's 105 and 14. It's 119, leave 120 for 1, okay? If we get another hit here, we'll drop $1, okay? It would pay 120. We're going to, again, full press it, right? We'll probably keep a nickel because we have $25 there. That'll go to $200. I'll leave it just like this, $200 on that second hit. okay? On the third hit, 200 pays 275, 280 bucks, okay? Now I want you to look, after 3 5s, if you catch that crazy variant where you catch 3 5s before a 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 480 bucks, actually 490 from a $35 investment, okay? That's about 10 to 1. A little more, it's 490 or 350 would be 10 to 1. So yeah, you're about 12, 13 to 1 if you can catch 3 hits before, okay? That also means, by the way, you can burn all 10, and if the 10th one does the magic, you're basically at square one start again. You want to take the 4th hit, take the 4th hit, okay? Here we go. 4th hit would be dynamic because you'd make about $1,000 on that one, right? Let's do it. Let's run the variant. We got a 6 at the point. We just need to have the 5, beat the 7 3 times on one of these 10 shooters. And again, we're going to use nothing but our wins leveraged against that. There's an 8. Cannot seem to get anything, right? There's a 4. This would work, by the way, on any number, right? We already had 2 4s, right? Think about there's our first 5. Think about all these numbers in isolation, right? The 5, 3 5s or 4 5s get you there. 3 4s get you there. 4 6s or 8s get you there. It's all the same, right? You can literally sit here and bet one number for $35. There's our first one. So again, it pays 50 for 1. There's 50. I already have the one pulled out from before. So 50 for 1 goes to 80. It's our first hit. 9. There's the sister. There's an 8. Boy, this is a good roll. There's the 7. So it doesn't work on shooter 1. Fail. Take our next one. 35, pucks off. We'll just keep rolling it out. Ace, deuce. Aces. Ooh, let's play the ATS on this guy. 9. All right. Let's catch 3 5s. There's a 6. There's a yo. Boy, ace, ace, deuce, yo. How about this? How about this shooter? 7. Okay, so that doesn't work either. Another one. Coming out, it's an 8. And again, we can do the 6 or 8 too. It doesn't matter. You can pick any number you want to that you think is going to be the one that you want to kind of put your lunch money on, right? There's the 9. More 9s than 5 so far today, huh? Another 9. Boy, that's 2. There's a midnight. 6. 5. Okay, we got 1. There's 50 for 1. 6. 4. We got everything. I think we've hit every number now, right? 4, 5, a 6. Of course, the 8, the 9. We haven't seen a 10 yet. We've had the 11, 12, the 11 and the 2. Yeah, I think we're just missing 1. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There's a 7. So twice we got 1 hit on a 5. It's hard to get multiple hits, isn't it? Let's go. Let's keep at it. Let's keep at it. Can we catch a miracle here, right? And again, you think about this. I'm going to go to the 9. I'm throwing a lot of 9s. You think about this as a way of playing, right? One bet, one number. It's the same. We talked about this before. If I had to bet all the numbers, right, and kind of same bet it or all the numbers and press them all up like that, if you can afford to do it and hunt the variant down on any number, fine. Playing one number is no different than playing that pass line parlay. I'm just trying to catch one number to assert itself as what's going to happen, right? And again, these two in here, better chance of making it work, but you need an extra hit to make it happen. There's 8. Can't catch a 5 or a 9 here. There's a 10. There's a 3. Come on, man. 9. We got 1. Gee whiz. All right, 50 for 1. There's the 1. There's the 50. Bucks off. Coming out. 7. Good time for it. Let's count the pass line winners too, right? If you're playing the pass line, that was a pass line winner, 2 pass line winners. You're parlayed up there twice. There's the 3rd pass line win in a row, right? The number being hit, a 7 and 11. You're parlayed that 25 to 50, 50 to 100. Right? Now you're 100 to 200 bucks. If you did your 3rd win in a row, 25 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 to 200, right? One more pass line winner, and you just pulled that move off, right? We're back to the 9. Catch another 9 here. That's the 4 hit pass line parlay playing out here. Give me a 9, shooter. Come on, give me a 9. That's a 5. Now the 5's going to get hot, right? Of course, I go off the 5. You can bet your farm on that. There's the 7. So we don't get either one of them, right? That parlay would have failed. This one clearly failed. But you can see where I'm going here, right? But again, leveraging the bank, right? We're going to use just, where do you want to put it this time? Go back to the 5? We want to take let's go, let's stay at the 5. Let's just stay there. We'll just stay there. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll go to the 8. We'll do a $36 8. How about that? We'll do a $36 8. We'll switch here. Doesn't matter which one you want to pick, right? Which one you want to go with. Whatever. Here's an 8. Watch the 9 go off right here. I will lose my lunch if the 9 goes off, right? Trying to chase shit down, right? This is why I say there's an 8. There's an 8. Why I say when you chase stuff down, you're gonna get hurt bad. $42. 36 pays $42. Okay, puck will be off. And again, we're gonna take this and we're gonna full press it, right? 50, 60, right? And 18, $78. Okay? Puck's off. There's a 10. New point's gonna be a 10. It's 1 hit. There's the 10 again. That's 2 pass line winners, by the way, in a row. On to the 4. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. There's a yo. There's the partner. There's the 6. Come on, give me another 8. Give me a second 8. Give me a second 8. Can one of these things hit more than once? Maybe. Aces again. Good gravy. Like the old days, there's another 9. Is that our second 9 for this shooter? I think it might be. There's a 6, second 6 for this shooter. Give me my 8. A third 9, of course. I'm off the 9, hits 3 times, right? That would have been awesome. There's also our third 5. The minute I leave the number, it hits, right? There's the 7. So we lose our shot there, right? Bouncing around like you're trying to read the table never works. I don't care who you are, it never works. All right, here we go. We've only burned 5 shots at it, right? We still have 5 cracks at this thing. 5 cracks at it. I'm gonna do the 5 again. I like the 5 and 9 so much. We'll stay in there. There's good numbers. That was a yo on the come out. There's a 4. Okay, here we go. Here we go. 7 right away. PSO. What? What? There's the out of the rack, same bet. 5. That sucks. We're gonna have to buckshot it to get it. Yo. 7. My goodness. We're gonna not get it today, I don't think. There's another $35. Looking for a crazy variant, we can't find it. There's a 6. Come on, 5. Come on, 5. Buckshot the point there. Come out 7. There's an 8. 6. Another 9. 3. Boy, I can't buy a 5. Come on. 7. You talk about variance, right? There's no way we've seen the right number of 5s today, right? In this whole thing. Coming out, 9. The 9 is where it's at. The 9 is where it's at. Another PSO. 3 PSOs, super quick. Last bullet. Last bullet. We'll do it again, with a slightly different progression here. There's a 10. That's our point. I want to try something interesting here. There's an 8 by tray 8. There's another 9. Boy, these 9s, I'll tell you what, I should be on that 9. Should never moved, right? There's a 5. All right, 415. Again, 50 for our last dollar. Here we go. Is this the 1? There's a second 9. 6, 5 and a 1. 8. Come on, 5. You can do it. 3. Come on. 4. That's the point. Point was 4, by the way. Now it's off. 8. New point is 8, I think. 7. Nope, didn't work. Never got it today, right? We never got our variant on that one. But see where I'm going here is this. This little method, and again, by the way, this pass line parlay, we were at level 3, parlay, 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 at least 3 times today, right? That thing works really good. Up in here, one thing we can do now is switch up that pattern. And here's how we're going to switch it up. I'm going to go back out there again. We'll do a few more cracks. We'll do like another maybe 5 cracks at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll take 5 cracks at it. And we'll do the 9 because clearly the 9 is all I can roll randomly. And this time we'll do it Jacob's way. Okay, instead of just doing the aggressive press it all or get nothing out of it, right? We'll go the 9 clearly. Let's this time do this. Our next bet, we'll put it here in the rack. Our next bet's going to be there, $35. We'll do the Jacob system. Take 5 whites for good measure. And what I'll do is every time we catch a win, I'm gonna level up that next bet. We'll leverage the wins this time. Here we go. We're gonna come out. It's gonna be nothing but 5s. You watch. There's a 6. There's an 8. There's a 5, like I said, right? There's the 5. Here comes the string of 5s we were looking for last time. There's the 9. It's going to win 50 for 1. So watch this. 50 for 1. This time, we're going to do it Jacob's way. We're going to press by 25. We're going to take 25 and add it to our next bet. Okay? Leveraging the wins on really we're looking forward, not currently. There's a 6, that's the point. Bets are off. Of course, it's a 9. There's a odd 4. There's the 7. So it doesn't work, but our next bet now is not $35. Our next bet is going to be $60, right? Because we took part of that earlier win and added it up to the and here's our next $35 there. We'll do the same thing here. We'll do the same thing coming out. 5. The first 9 now is way more valuable, right? By leveraging the previous win, a little bit of it, the next 9 becomes a nice hit, right? If we can catch one, we'll be in great shape here. 5. Now what I'll try and do is maybe buy a bullet from a win too. I may do that. There's a 4. Come on. Let's get some 9s in here. We can see this work. 10. Odd 10. There's a 9, 6, 3. Look at that. So the first hit here, right, at $60, that's going to pay 80, 85, 85 for 1. It pays $84. 85 for 1. So dig it. Our next one, right, we can make it a quarter. What we'll do here is we'll make this one here look like 100. An even 100. I'll take all this back to my rack, okay? We can say that $35 is another bullet, right? Get back what we lost. Okay, we'll take this $10 and just add that $10 to the next bet. Make this 9 that's out here look like 100. And again, in 1 hit, we're at the black level instead of at 2 hits because we leveraged the last win to make that one a little bit sweeter. Catch another 9 here, we'll be in great shape. 7. We don't catch it. Fine. Our next bet is still bigger than our base 35, plus we got our $35 back from the previous loss. See what I'm doing here? Again, leveraging wins to do something I think more interesting. There's a 8. Okay, so now we go. A little bit higher starting point. Hopefully it works out for us, right? There's a 4. I might go to the 4 and 10 at some point just to kind of see how that feels. 7. Got nothing for you on that one. 0 hits. 0 hits. Let's go take this out. We'll just stay with the 9. But again, who cares what number you pick, right? Ultimately, you're looking for one number to go off, right? There's a 6. Let's go. There's a yo. Be nice when you do a demo like this if it actually like did what you said. You know what I mean? So you can see the variant happen in front of you, but it doesn't always work that way, does it? All right, there's a 9. Yay. All right, so we have what on the 9? We have 35 on the 9. That pays 50 for 1. We'll do here again, take the next 9, and I'll take 25 of it to the next 9. And we'll leave our 60 bucks out there. 6. 4 is the point. I'll tell you what, the 4s and 10s today did a good job. Give me a 9. 6. 4, 2. There's a 9. Look at that. All right, so that's great. 60 pays again, 85, 75, 85. Do I have $1? I do. Drop a buck. All right, 85 for 1. Like last time, we'll make the 9 look like 100. To our rack, I'm taking $35 to replace one of the bullets. Take the other $10 and add it to my next one. Okay? Here we go. 7. Doesn't matter anyway. But our next bet, a little bigger, right? Our next bet now, look at this, is going to be 70 bucks, right? Because we, again, pushed extra over here, right? Our next bet's a lot bigger. The wins become more meaningful, right? We'll make these our last couple bullets here. There's a 6. Again, I'm not hitting the number. Again, you're looking for that number to go nuts, right? Once in a while, these numbers go a little bit crazy. 5. There's 2 5s, of course, right? There's the 6. That's the point. The 9s have left. There's another 5. Boy, oh boy. The 9s have left me. Ace deuce. Ace deuce again. Ooh, we rolled over to a 7. That's not good. That's no bueno. There's an 8. 6, 2. Come on, 9. Show up. 7. Poopy. Nothing. I'm going to the 4. I'm going to go to the 4. I love this game. I love this game. There's aces. Oh my gosh. How funny is that? Aces again. There's an 11 yo. There's the 5. There's a 6. Come on. 5, of course, right? Everything but the number I'm on. Love it. 8. Oh my gravy. Look at that one. 6. 10. Come on. 8. 3 8s, right? 4 8s. 7. Nothing. All right. Let's call it here. I think I got time is against me. Let's go. Let's see here. All right. Let me walk around this other side. Sorry for the pause. Let's go back here. Alrighty, so clearly it didn't work. Oh, look at the jumpiness of this camera today. Man, I'll tell you what, you can just really feel the speed drop in here, man. Sorry about that. If it was jumpy on the video, I'm really sorry about that. Didn't work today, right? Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you guys and say this is the way to play and it's always going to work. I will tell you this: the pass line parlay thing works quite often. Catching a number up top, I think, is interesting. If you can catch it, right? And again, we've all been there, right? The 9 today was hitting a lot early. The 8 hitting pretty consistently. If you're on the number that's hitting like that, and you lean into it like we just did over there, if you happen to be on the variant where the 9 comes 3 or 4 times, or the 8 comes 4 times, like it didn't on that last shooter, and that's the number that you picked, right? You're in that 15 to 1, 15 to your initial bet range, right? By leveraging those wins. I really like the idea of splitting the win, between your next bet and the current bet, right? Bumping them both up in equal numbers. So when you go back out there, your next bet's bigger. It's a cool way to do it. Playing one number, like we demonstrated, is soul crushing, right? It's very hard to do that. It doesn't matter ultimately, right? If you're playing all the numbers 160 across versus 25 on one number, you're when the 7 comes early, you lose all of it, obviously, right? Versus losing one bet at a time. So we're losing one bet at a time, but we're never winning, versus winning often and never, but losing big. So you got to kind of weigh that out. As a demonstration, I was trying to get one number to just kind of go, so you could see that if you're betting just one number and you're doing it just this way, in isolation, that number can do a thing. Playing that way with all the numbers once you're out of a hand is interesting, right? On those big 30 rollers, there's always a number that has 5 or 6 or 7 hits on it, right? And the one that does that for you is the one that gets you out, which is interesting. Anyway, I like the idea, again, that Jacob way of thinking, which is taking your wins and using it as leverage on your next bet. I really like that piece of this, and that's what I was trying to show. We didn't get the hits to get it to work, but I think that's kind of cool. Anyway, I think that's all I got for you this morning. Anything else out here that I need to be telling me? Got my mouse over here. Let me check. Are there any questions that I need to be hitting up on? Do you guys put Q's in front of your questions? Q. Whoop. I meant to filter that, not type it. What do we have here? Tom Marcus says, thinking about Wayland's 410 baccarat with the Red Cross. Oh, you're going back there. Yeah, you know what? I will tell you this. The Red Cross, and for those who don't know, the Red Cross really is born of a couple of things. Let's go down to the table and show it to you real quick. The Red Cross is born of 2 concepts in one. One thing we liked about the Red Cross was this up here, right? This level, 125, 150, and 150, right? That's a great level with 75 in the field, right? For the Iron Cross. If you can get your Iron Cross to this level, it's fantastic, right? And again, if you can press up into it, whatever, right? And a leveraged Iron Cross, by the way, can get you here pretty quick. I'll show you that in a minute. But this level here is great because if any of these numbers up here hits, they pay 175. Minus your 75, it's a black chip because it pays 175. You put your field back, you rack a black chip. It's beautiful. The field wins, it's a clean $75 win. That $75 win, by the way, when you win the field, can be leveraged again up top, right? You can say, well, I'm going to grab extra numbers, or I'm going to power up my 9, or I'm going to power up my 6 or my 8, right? You can take these wins and do it. You can actually take the field wins and do a field parlay with it. I don't care what you do. You just never collect the field, right? So the Iron Cross lets you have this kind of, especially at this level, this kind of options. What we do down here, though, is this: we start down here with whatever one happened, right? Whatever one happened, the Baccarat line play. This thing wins because you're going for that line parlay down here, right? It's a 4-hit parlay but you're switching sides. You're not staying with one bet. That's why that works. If you were to combine that, right, with this and say, start off with the basic Red Cross and a 410 Baccarat, right? So you start off on the right side, and Baccarat, the 4 and 10, along with this here, not a bad move. Now, what I would tell you to do, Tom, is this. We talk about team play. So maybe your partner is the one doing that, right? You're playing the Red Cross. Your partner is playing the 410 Baccarat, and your other partner is playing a pass line parlay kind of thing, right? Between the 3 of you, you're focusing on winning and managing this bet. You're focusing on managing that bet. I'm focusing on the iron cross part. And the three of us can focus our energies in different areas of the table, right? You could do it all yourself. You could have this going and this going and that going and manage it all yourself, but it's a lot to manage, right? So I could definitely see that as a team play. I think it's a great idea as a team play thing. I think it's really cool. Good thought there. And again, the iron cross, for all of its faults, and there are plenty of faults with the iron, plenty of things wrong with the iron cross, right? It's not a great way to go, right? Unless you use things in interesting ways, right? Unless you do things like the field parlay, right? Because the field part of the iron cross is where you get beat, right? But if you're getting, whatever, there's again a $100 win. We can stack the wins up. I'll do just the cross, right? Stack up a win, right? Stack up another $100. Look at us, earn black chips, baby. 7 loses it all, right? 5 black chip win. A 9, there's a field win, right? So we'll take the field and we'll just parlay it. We'll do a 3-leg field parlay if we can catch it up. There's a 10, right? Again, we'll stack that up. Bam. I don't know what's out there. 4. There's $300 in the field. Okay. 9. Look at that. The field wins on its own $300, and it goes back to 75. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. The $500 that you lost in that previous 7, plus 1, 2, $300 in profit. Right. Taking the field in the iron cross, to me, the secret to the iron cross is the field. Right. It's taking the field wins that are so paltry, but doing something interesting with it. A 3-hit parlay, right? Taking the field wins and towering the 9 or towering the 10. Just every field win goes to the 10. You make the 10 a home run from the field. Like, that's the kind of stuff that you can do with an iron cross. If you're going to play team play and you're doing this and somebody else is doing the Baccarat thing with the 4 and 10, you get confused on your own doing all that stuff. That's where team play, I think, comes into play. Sometimes you're making bets as a team that one person could have done on their own, and like, well, why do it as a team? Well, because you can get in your own head sometimes. I think, team play can help you keep things organized. That's a great idea. I think, Tom, it's actually a really awesome idea. So thanks for that. What else we have here? A larger 410 Baccarat would fund a low buy-in red cross. Sure, 100%, right? I like the idea of that. I really do. I think that combining some of these plays. You remember when we were talking about in Gambling 401, and I said, there's, interesting ways that you can build from, baseline bets and build them up. You can go high and regress. You can start in the middle and sort of whatever, and same bet for a while. All these ways to play, you can combine them, right? I think combining the pass line parlay with something else, combining the 410 Baccarat with something else, using those wins to fund X, that's leveraging your knowledge, leveraging your money. Those are the things that kind of level everybody up versus just going, a cross bet, half press, right? Which is nothing wrong with that, obviously, right? That way is fine the play and it wins. But if you want to do something a little more nuanced, right? And having the wins from these other side bets, the 4 and 10, let's say, fund other stuff or leverage other stuff or tower up a number, I think that's really interesting. And again, if you're okay with the volatility of that, it can increase your enjoyment, a little bit of the rush of that game, but not really increase your volatility so much, right? You can increase, like, your base risk is still the same. You're just putting money at work versus at home. And I think that's a choice you get to make, right, when you're in, even out, that kind of thing. So anyway, yeah, we haven't done Red Cross in a long time, Anthony. We should get back to doing it more and more. I think, in the mornings here, I've been having a tough time getting out of the gate, so I'm doing more horsemen to get started. But yeah, let's see here. What does Royce say? Sometimes messing around in your home layout, you'll do a bonus bet, pressing what's one number, something Jacob did in 110 across. Yeah, same bet all the rolls except for the 1. We call that a tower, right? I think that's pretty fun. Like, you play the red cross and tower up a number, every field win goes to the 10 and just rock a 10 till the 10 gets like this. You know what I mean? That's kind of cool. If the 10 happens to hit, you built yourself a bonus bet, leveraging wins from another number, right? Definitely a side bet. You look at that, it's a side hustle, right? Or you could take your field wins, right? These 3 green chips in the field, right? You could take those three green chips, and every time you get a field win, just put it on 3 hard ways, right? Hard 6, 4, and 8. Hard 6, 4, and 10. Hard 4, 10, and 8. Every time you get a field win, just whack the hard ways with it. And before you know it, you'll have hard ways at $100 each, right? Somebody drops a hard 6 on you on roll 3 or 4. Let's say they roll like, an 11, a 9, a 6, an 8, a 9. Now you've got 75 or $100 on some of your hard ways. They pop a hard 6 on roll 5, boom, $1,000 winner, right? Those do-it-yourself side bet things, I think, are where you can make some real money on dumb luck, right? And again, it's leveraging a win to have a dumb luck bet versus coming out of your rack and saying, my strategy is to drop $100 out of my rack to go quarter hard ways. You would never probably do that. But taking those field wins and doing it is interesting. Or towering up a number. I think those are fun. Anyway, it is 8:20. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Fun session today. I wish I would have won. I wish we would have won up top today and seen a number go off on a variant. It's not going to always happen, but it would have been cool if it did, and made back that 350. But as it was, we burned 350. Trying for the 9. Trying for the 9 home run, we burned 350. It wouldn't have been the end of the world, right? It isn't like I'm going out there with my paycheck and trying to hit a home run. We're just taking one number. Can one number vary for us? That's all we're looking for. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Have a good morning. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we might be a little late on the show. I don't know. I may have an errand to run in the morning at 7. So if that's the case, tomorrow's show might be a noon lunch hour show. We'll see. But I'll keep you informed. Check the chats in Discord, or check the announcements here. In the meantime, God bless y'all. Have a happy Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow at some point. Bye.